All right, we are at this duplex conversion on Golden Boulevard. So my clients, Julie and Jamie, bought this home. It hadn't been renovated since it was first built, probably in the 70s. They actually did a lot of work. So if you see, they've started to put together the kitchen, got the nice lighting in here. There was actually two walls, one wall here and another wall here, where you can't even see it because they made it flush, but they built a beam in here to remove two walls here. They built this wall back there just to get this massive open space, which is awesome. And they got the new kitchen cabinets here, stainless steel appliances are there. Still need some finishing touches, but yeah, they've done quite a bit. One of the nice things they've added here is in-suite laundry. You can see there, a little bit covered, but they got a stackable laundry set. Yeah, so you got the one bedroom, you got brand new washroom. So they've gone ahead and put in a nice large vanity, tile, tub. So they've redone everything basically in this unit. So it's looking sharp. Even these doors, like look at the shape of the doors. Yeah, so they got some nice lighting in here as well. So you can see even in the bedrooms they've put in a nice light fixture. But all in all, it's turning out very well. So pretty happy with the progress. They're hoping to get it done in the next 1 to 2 weeks or so. Once it's all done, they're hoping to rent it out for a premium rent. Fingers crossed we get this we get this one done in the next 2 weeks or so. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, especially to see this kitchen done. They've got all the pot lights in here. It's really looking good. What do you think, Charles?
What's the rents?
So this one, I think they're going to hope to get around 1900, just because they've done everything. So 1900, 1950, maybe plus hydro. I think that'll be the range. They bought this one actually for $350,000. So they got a really good deal on this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
How recent did they buy it?
They bought it in the summer, so it was probably June or July when they purchased this.
Okay.
Yeah, and they moved quickly on this one. I think it came on the market. They saw it the next day. We put the offer, had it under contract like immediately. So, yeah, really happy with the way this one's turning out. Yeah, so we should go check out the basement as well. I think it needs a little bit more work to be done, but it may be getting close to ready as well. Let's hope the same key works. No. Oh, yes. Scratch what I said about it almost being done. That is not the case. But they're doing a lot of work down here, so things are moving along. So down here, they're going to mirror the layout of the upstairs. Big open concept living room. They put in this egress window here. They've kind of covered it up. So ooh. Yeah, you can see. So they built this large egress window, built the well. So this is this is brand spanking new. And yeah, so you can see they're framing, they're putting insulation on the walls to keep it warm. They've redone all the windows in this basement. And this is one of the huge selling features of this basement. You have massive ceiling heights, so it's really going to turn out awesome. They closed in this furnace room. This is going to be the washroom. So they have the washroom over here. And they've carved out a large 2-bedroom layout. So they have this as the master bedroom. We're going to have 2 windows down here. We've tried to work in the existing brick posts, right? Sorry, concrete block posts. This is what's holding up the beams that's holding the entire structure together. We've tried to build them into walls so that they don't protrude out too much. But yeah, this is the basement. Things are coming along. Still a good bit of work left to do, but yeah, they're definitely making they're definitely making a lot of progress. What do you think, Charles?
The acoustics in here pretty interesting. The sound is like solidified almost.
Yeah.
It's
So
not echoey at all.
exactly. So the insulation they've used, I believe this is a sound dampener as well. Roxol. I'm actually a little bit confused why they've used it on the walls, because my understanding, unless it's a different product, these are supposed to be sound and fire dampeners, but not temperature. They're not supposed to be insulators. That's my understanding of it. I may be wrong. Actually, no, R14. So this definitely has an insulation value. Yeah, but yeah, I think it has a sound dampening quality as well, or at least the ones in the ceiling does. So it dampens the sound to keep it very clear. Yeah. So this was a completely blank slate when they bought it. Yeah, they're gonna create the perfect layout that they want. This is the funniest thing that I've ever seen. They've built an electrical outlet right into the concrete block wall. So they must have fished the wires right through the concrete, cut a hole just to put the outlet. That's what a normal person would do, right? Frame it outside the wall. But these guys went right on the wall itself. Yeah.
It's like they wanted to prove a point.
It's like we can run wires everywhere. It doesn't have to be on a wall. But yeah, no, overall, you can see there's a bit of this metal framing. This particular client has some experience in commercial construction, and he kind of tried to use that in the residential applications. Also, it's getting quite expensive to buy lumber now. The price of wood framing has really skyrocketed. So in some cases, it makes sense to start using some metal framing to save on the cost. So
why is that? Is this because of the pandemic or?
to be honest, I don't fully understand the situation. There was a little bit, yeah, I think the pandemic played a role. I don't know fully though the situation. I have a feeling there was something to do with Canada and the US in terms of tariffs.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, I never looked too deeply into it. All I know is that all of my clients are telling me that it's getting more and more expensive to simply buy the framing, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know Ryan mentioned that earlier.
yeah, the cost has really gone up. So yeah, and it's funny, right? Because the cost of a piece of wood is not that much, right? I think I forget the exact pricing of it. It went from like $2 to like $8, if I remember correctly. I may be off on that, but yeah. But it just adds up when you do like hundreds hundreds of these, right? So yeah. Yeah, but overall this space is really good. I'm really excited to see once this comes together. I feel that this is one of those basements. It's just going to look phenomenal once it's done. These projects take time. It's a large amount of. You're basically building almost a new house inside a shell, right? So it sometimes takes a good bit of time to get these done. So this is actually the resilient channel. So for those of you that never fully understood it, it took me a while to understand what it is. What happens is that they screw in this piece of metal onto the joist above, and then they screw in the drywall onto this piece so that the drywall never fully is screwed into the joist. And you can see this piece has some flex, right? So when the drywall is attached to here, if there's some sound, it vibrates and it dampens it without it fully going to the joist above, or vice versa if there's a sound above. So what happens is it dampens the sound through those mini vibrations because it has that flex. So yeah, that's how it works, and that's part of the code to legalize a basement suite. When you're putting up new 5/8 drywall, you have to put that in there to meet the sound rating. That along with the Roxol Safe and Sound inside, which is the green bath you can see there. That also reduces the sound and the fire dampener, right? You're right about the acoustics. So it is very interesting to hear. Like there's no echoes almost, right? It's like a movie studio here. Yeah, so they've put the laundry for the basement here. So it's actually convenient because it's right below the laundry upstairs. So you can have the plumbing right in one location. Yeah, it'll just be a stackable unit in this corner here. So It's a good layout. Would you live in a basement down like this?
I'd have to see it when it's finished.
Once it's done. Yes, I would love to live in an unfinished basement with framing and insulation. This is just the type of home I want. Oh, let's go over there actually. So, if you saw in the upstairs unit, there was a panel. So they've split the electrical for both units. So this was where the old panel was. They left it where it was. They just put in a new panel. They've run new wiring for the basement. They've kept, I believe, most of the existing wiring for the upper unit, and they put it just back into the new panel for the upstairs. This is sort of the process to split the electrical for the two units, and yeah, they've gone ahead and done that. So yeah, it's great because
Is there any plan of getting rid of that?
no. So this is one of the supporting posts, right? So this is holding up this wooden joist, and this, as you can see, is holding up the floor joist. So all the weight of the upper unit rests, all the floors rest on these, which then rest on this, which then rests on this. So all the weight is loaded here. You can remove it if you were to put a steel beam and have posts on either side. If you keep the existing wood joist, I don't know if you can leave an open span that long. That's why they have the block here, they have the wall there, they have the block there. So almost every 6 feet they seem to have some sort of support. But if it was a metal beam, you can just go like from start to finish, and you'd have like maybe 2 or 3 posts in the middle, and you could have it all opened up. But I think it just wasn't worth the cost. So anyways, we're gonna have a kitchen layout over here, so you can see the plumbing's already done there. So there'll be a kitchen of some kind here, and then that side's probably going to be more the living space. So just having this in the middle is going to be okay. It sort of divides the space a little bit. Yeah, but overall it's going to be a nice unit. I'm really curious to see how this one turns out. The windows, this was always a little bit tough, right, with the existing bulkhead to have the windows, but because there was enough space and because the ceiling height is high enough, they were able to do this. What we've done sometimes is actually not have this framing underneath it and just gone flush to the side and have the drywall hang off the sides of the framing. But I wonder why in this case, maybe it was because of the metal framing he wasn't able to do that. I don't know the full story here actually, but yeah. Either way, because of the ceiling height being enough, I think it didn't matter to have the framing come below, because I'm 6'3" and it's still a good like 3 inches above my head, right? So still doing good. Let me just put this back there. I know he had it. Yeah. I think he's just being cautious in case people walking on the street get any ideas. That door is super creepy, man. The lights were on down here, right?
Yeah.
I think the bedrooms may have been off, but
Yeah, you turned that one on.